All right, let's get a response now and speak to Lawrence Pato, the eThekwini Municipality Head of Housing, who's joining us live now. Mr. Pato, thank you so much for your time. Why are the delays in relocating people?
Good afternoon, Bongewe, and to the viewers for inviting us here. Look, one of the fundamental things is after the transit camps were built is to find land, strategic land in which people must be relocated to. Now, most land is owned privately, and the city had to buy land from the private owners in order to secure people that they are moved not far away from where they are residing now. As you would understand, their livelihood and the dynamics of where they are living now. Take, for example, the Kennedy Road people, they are living right there, so it's always advisable, and they always admire that they get accommodated close to where they are living, as their livelihood is mainly in the same vicinity. So, but over
does it take over a decade to negotiate to buy land for people to move?
No. We over the years, I think you have captured it correctly by saying you have moved some people.
Yes.
We're coming down from 71 transit camps, and we've reduced them to 42 at least currently. Now, people have been moved to all areas in which there is land, and in fact, we're still developing. Now we've got a bigger project in Konubia where we're developing in excess of over 2,000 people have been moved there. We have just recently cleared over 300 people at Isipingo with the Ngangu housing project. It's about 5 kilometers away from where the Isipingo transit camp is. We have identified and bought and secured land. Most of the land that we're working on, they are in the planning stages, final stages of the SPLUM approval, which will happen this year. And we're anticipating building those projects, about 5 of them, in the next year. Hence, we determined to say we'll clear those people within 2025.
Is the 2025 an estimate, or is it a definite?
It's a definite to us. We have done most of the ground and planning work. It's done and achieved. We just doing the .coms, just making readiness with the funding, the final approval of this SPLUMA, and then we start implementing as of next day. In fact, we have started, what we have done, we have categorized this transit camp into short term, medium, and long. We have, with the short term, we have eradicated most. We've identified sites that are individual within Newlands and the Reservoir Hills. But I must emphasize, as we identify those infill sites, we start to come across what's called NIMBY factor. The people living in those areas start not to want to allow and accommodate the people that we're bringing in, coming from the transit camp. But those are the issues socially that we are dealing with. But also we've identified projects that will yield over 500 sites to 2,000 that have gone through detailed processes. So hence I made mention of the Nkampo route, which was one in excess of 300 people that have moved in there. So we have taken a lot.
Pardon me, Mr. Pato. We've just spoken to Abahlali Basemjondolo, and they say they do not trust this 2025 deadline. The fact that the city right now just seems to be just building shacks and simply not keeping its word, and they do not believe that 2025 deadline will be met. I wonder, how do you respond to that?
Kennedy Road people, as we speak right now, if you take a drive, there is a project that is underway, which is called Button Place. In fact, let's start with Kennedy. Kennedy itself is a project of the city that is dealing with upgrading the informal settlement that is there. Now, we have said you could not put your leg in and develop without moving people out. Hence, there is a talk of the transit camps. Now, Button Place is a current project that is happening as we speak. Civil engineering contractors are putting infrastructure. But also within Kennedy, there's a Dodoma Road project that has completed in the past year or year and a half, which people have moved in. Now, the idea is obviously to clear that within the same area of Banana City, that again is current. There are moving projects that deal with the decanting of the people in the informal settlements that you can visibly see on the ground that is happening, including building within settlements.
So how concerned are you finally, very briefly, finally then as the city, how concerned are you that there's now talk that some people have died while waiting for these particular relocations and others are now getting sick because where they are, it's inhumane conditions?
Look, as a city and as government, with the provincial, working with the province, we have one of the things that we've done, we've gone back to these TRAs, call them temporary residential accommodations, to be saying, what could we do in the meantime in order to upgrade the condition of those houses so that they are habitable and providing sanitation, necessary sanitation that is required, even electrifying them. We have asked and we have done that. If you look at all of them, they are electrified and they are not paying a cent for it. They've got ablution facilities, which now and again our water and sanitation will go and service. Plus, undertaking repairs to the houses themselves, just to make them habitable for the conditions of the people to live on.
Okay, thank you so much for giving us a response there and giving us a sense of what exactly is happening behind the scenes, the work that you say is being done in order to try and relocate these people. That's Lawrence Pato, the eThekwini Municipality Head of Housing.